Back to the footy.
10 seconds.
Match of the day.
Martin.
Welcome back to the NFL match of the day. And at half-time, it's Northcote Park with a 7-point lead. The Cougars, 8 goals, 6-54. Montmorency, 7-5, 47. Boys, a really hard game to get a clear grip on. I think you go around the ground at half-time, you ask people who you think might win, and everyone's just so undecided. It's been really hard to tell. Clearly two sides were very evenly matched, and I think both sides, again, if whoever gets through this one, will probably think they're a genuine chance next weekend too when they take on Heidelberg. It's just been, it's that even at the top end of the Division 1 competition. Northcote Park with a 7-point buffer, but you almost felt, if you didn't look at the score, but that Montmorency might have a lead of 1 or 2 goals. They just seem to have the upper hand through that quarter bar for the final 5 minutes.
Yeah, well, they were fantastic for the early part of that quarter, and probably the 20 minutes at the start of the quarter, but the back end of that second quarter there, Northcote Park really got on top, and they kicked 3 really quick goals, probably in about a 2-minute space of time there. But Montmorency probably want to get Ben Haynes into the game a little bit more. Hasn't had the impact that we normally expect from him in the first half. Obviously, it's difficult for their clearance players. They have to work a lot harder without Micah Stephen there. But Jesse Donaldson and a few other youngsters have stepped up. I thought McNeese has done a pretty good job on Pettifer, you'd say, when Pettifer's been in the forward half, but he has spent a lot of time using the ball off half back.
Yeah, you can tell that Haynes is actually playing that lockdown role on Hogan, but you get a bit because you're obviously clearly locking down on an important player in that back half. You also lose a bit because you haven't seen Haynes in those wide open spaces of the ground as we may have expected. The other one for mine that's been interesting is, as you said, is Pettifer being pushed up the ground a bit higher up. We haven't really seen too much of Fitzgerald and Limback combined. Haven't kicked the goal just yet. Limback, of course, missed one early in the game, and Fitzgerald, well, he also missed one when he took a mark deep in the goal line. Probably his best mark actually was disallowed for a free kick against one of his teammates as well. So it's a hard one to get a gauge on. It's probably going to be one of those days where perhaps a 5-minute patch, like we just saw at the end of this second, might be the only difference between the two sides. And we mentioned when the first goal went through that it was much needed for Northcote Park. Well, they kicked 2 goals as a follow-up quickly after, and 3 goals in 5 minutes in a day where, while the scoring hasn't been low, it's been tough to find goals, and to kick 3 in a patch like that could very well prove decisive come game's end.
I think so, and a team like Northcote Park are very capable of doing that because they do have a lot of those X-factor players, like we've mentioned throughout the course of the year, and like we saw at the end of that second quarter, Joey Wunton, I mean, straight clearance out of the centre. Joey Wunton had the composure and had the poise to just tap it in front of him and kick a crucial goal. And, those 3 goals at the end of the quarter for Northcote Park, that it could happen to either side. Either teams are capable of doing that. But, I think, like you said, it's just going to be a matter of a team just getting on top of the other side for about a 5-minute patch.
We've seen before the half-time break, Paul Scanlon looked at a bit of trouble with knee injuries. Run out into the field, looks okay. He did leave the ground first, quickly got off the field and probably got straight into the medics room as well. He looks to be okay. We haven't seen too much of Hogan and Carter, and that's what's been the surprising thing, because for mine, that some of the better players for Monty have had a pretty good influence in the game. We've obviously seen Daniel Keenan play a really good game. Halpert's been great. He just moves so well for a ruckman. I think he's been the best big man on the field as well, and I think Ryan Jackson hasn't been too bad at all. So they're more prolific players have been involved, and you could probably say, if anything, it's Northcote Park who get more out of their top line players. Davies has been good, but he certainly had a better first quarter than he did second, and as I said, Hogan and Carter haven't had a great deal of influence in the game, so certainly they'll look for an improvement in their performance after half time. But the game is that close, it's really hard to pick it, and we see already now Haynes has pushed up back onto a wing, onto Pappas there, which we saw earlier on. But for mine, arguably the best part of the ground so far, it's been probably it's going to be tight between Daniel Keane and also Doug Morris. I think he's been sensational for Northcote Park.
Yeah, Doug Morris has been brilliant. I think we've seen on many occasions throughout this year, he's been one of their dominant clearance players, and he uses the ball so well out of the stoppage, even when he's under pressure. So he's had a great first half, and if Scanlon is under a bit of a fitness cloud and can't run out the game as well as he would hope to, then Morris and Davies are going to have to do a lot of hard work in this second half. And
Sammy, you mentioned Isaac O'Halpin just before. It's so hard for a team to match up on a ruckman like him because he's versatile and he can go inside forward 50 and take a big mark and kick a few goals. And like we saw in the first half, he has got a bit of run in him. He made a tackle and he kicked a few goals on the run. So, you know, for the two other ruckmen of Northcote Park in Flynn and McEwen, it's hard to match up on a guy like him because he is so big and he's so versatile.
Jordan, as the umpire now holds the ball aloft, and we are underway in the second half. Of course, the winner of this game to take on Heidelberg next week. Ball hits the ground. Scanlon straight into the middle of the ground. His left knee is strapped now. Kick came out Monty's way. Brooker's first to it, but Hogan puts on enough pressure behind to ensure he can't take clean disposal as the ball goes out of bounds for a throw-in. 70 out from Monty's goal. It's going to be O'Halpin up against McEwen. Ball now thrown in. McEwen with front spot, won it down, but it was sharked by Jackson. Davies did really well to effect a tackle. Will it pitch inside the boundary? No, it doesn't. It's out of bounds on the full. And now the kick to be taken by Ben McNeese. Pettifer just one goal so far today, of course. That goal did come from a free kick. It wasn't against McNeese, and he was filthy with his teammate there as well to give up a goal to Pettifer. As he chips in short now to Scanlon. And Scanlon goes to the dangerous kick. It's going to be turned over. It landed in between Pappas and Carter. It was marked by the man there in Walton. Goes to the man in the lead. Limback has to sit under it. He got first bite on it, but spoiled by Morris. Tapped it now though. Keenan takes it. Handballs to Limback in space. Tried to get through Leder. Did that. Tries to get through Lorenzini. Couldn't quite get through that one. Handball now to Brooker. He's under the pump. Great tackle by Scanlon. Wraps him up. 25 metres out from Montmorency's goal. The tackling pressure is certainly up to start this third quarter rather.
Goal-saving tackle, I thought. Fitzgerald and Pettifer goal side. Fitzgerald wins that one down, only into the path of Scanlon. He gets smothered straight away by Pettifer with his right foot kick, but they're going to get out of it. Nice work by McEwen. Little handball over to Pappas in his defensive half, and he chips over the top, and they're going to get out of it. Nice work by Carter taking the mark there. Handball over to Lorenzini. Under pressure, needs to get rid of it. He is gone. He has not disposed of the ball properly there, Sean Lorenzini. It's going to be a free kick to Montmorency, about 35 metres out, slide angle, and Jake Whitley again, he's had a fantastic first half, and again a good start here with that great tackle.
Just a bit cute there, first off with Carter, that looping handball. They should have got away with it because it was a 2-on-1 situation, but Lorenzini just hesitated, looked to push off instead of handball first up, and Whitling just got him by that arm and he couldn't get it clear, so deserves a goal really for that effort against two players there, Whitling, and he'll come in now.
We know he's a good kick.
He's a left foot kick, isn't he? So from 40 metres, that kick isn't holding its line. It's just not, as Limback went for the big fly behind the post. And it's a minor score.
He kicked the hard one.
It was actually Brooker who went for the big fly. He kicks the hard one. The regulation one is missed, as it can be the case. It's 8-6-54 to 7-6-48. So it's a 6-point margin to Northcote Park. Lorenzini now got the kick out from Scanlon, went long to that far wing. Wunton stayed down. Now he's trying to shepherd the ball out of bounds. He was outbodied by Tennant. Handball up now. Got it into the hands of Donaldson. Kicked up looking for Brooker. Sharked it one-handed. Handball now on that far side. Quick kick comes in, but it's unopposed there on the edge of the goal scoop. Scanlon played on straight away. Kicks an absolute shocker. It's the third shocking kick Scanlon's done for the quarter. Picked up now. Running through. Is that Bigasaki or Halpin? Top of the goal scoop. Who's going to fly? Walton in best position. Well, he raffled it there with Limback, who stayed down. He might be in some trouble there. And
Walton spoiled Limback then. He came over, drifted over the top of the pack, and Limback had the sit, and Walton got his hands up there and stuffed it up for both of them.
You just wanted with Scanlon as well. 2 kicks now he's turned over. The third one there was smothered as well. He struggled early in this third term as well. Was just slapped on. Pappas now can take control of the footy. Lovely handball out to Morris. Just waited then to take possession and got him into the clear. Lovely kick out in the space to McLennan. That is a beauty. Opens up the far side of the ground. Can they cut back inside now? No, he opts to go to the pocket there where Mills was leading into, and a big spoil there from Colgill over the back. A fist out of bounds. A throw in now 55 metres out from Northcote Park's goal.
That was a great kick from Doug Morris, and it just, Northcote Park, they have so many great ball users across half back like Morris and Carter, and kicked that straight into the path of McLennan about 50 metres up the ground. Montmorency now going up along the wing. That kick was just a bit too heavy for the teammate, and the ball's going to be locked down on the ground on the deck, and it's going to be a ball up on the outer side.
Good effort by McLennan, because Whitling was out there. If he had have got the ball away, he had Brooker on a nice lead through to the middle of the ground. Now coming out of the pack, that one was tapped away by Asaki, helping to his own advantage, and now he's running through the middle. Asaki, big left foot kick into forward 50, almost reaches the man there making the lead in Pettifer. Lorenzini breaking off the pack, goes with the left-handed handball over the top. Now Scanlon's got it on the right wing, goes with his right foot kick up to half forward. I think that was almost a mark taken there over the top
Sinclair.
Sinclair, but now the ball is going to be worked out by Donaldson. Sinclair again, and now they're moving nicely. Luke Jackson, nice kick up to Paddy Fitzgerald. He's about 70 metres out. He's going to have to wheel around straight away. The kick has to split about 4 Northcote Park defenders and does it beautifully. And a good mark taken there at half forward. Lovely work by Ben Walton drifting into the space.
Yeah, lovely bit of work there by Fitzgerald. Put it into the space there, and Walton still had to do well to haul in the mark, and he was good enough to do so. Now, you know, he's a lovely kick at the footy. We saw him at Greensboro kick 2 thumping goals from outside 50. He also kicked, I think it was 6 in the last home and away game of the year against Bundoora, so knows how to kick a goal. And today, Ben Walton has won. This to make it a second and to draw scores level if he can do so. He comes in from right on 50. Walton's kick is a thumping one, and it might just hold us line. Scores are level at Preston City Oval. We've played now 5.5 minutes in the third term, and it's 8-6-54 apiece. Ben Walton has 2, and lovely work by Fitzgerald, but Osakio Halpin again has had a great start to this third quarter. He was the one who won that ball from the clearance, just broke away from it, and a lovely kick up the line. He found his target, and it set up the first goal of the half.
Yeah, sensational stuff there from Osakio Halpin. Another good start from him. And Ben Walton, he's got 25 goals this year, and he's proved to be a pretty good foil for Lindback, Pettifer and Fitzgerald down there.
So 8-6-60 apiece from both teams. Fitzgerald and McEwen to do the ruck work. McEwen gets the tap down. Scanlon had an airy. Montmorency should, caught up in a double tackle there from Morris, and Blake Davies was Jackson, and Morris has a free kick now from Northcote Park. He goes up to left half forward and finds Pappas. Pappas goes with a little chip kick inside forward 50, but to no one really in particular. Montmorency almost should have cleared up there, but get it back. Pappas handballs inboards to McLennan. McLennan over to O'Connell. O'Connell wrapped up in a tackle, just gets it to the hot spot, and a good mark taken there.
Not
was
15.
it? Not 15.
Gee, they did it the hard way. First off, Pappas streaming into 50, could have kept going, and then over-possessed by handball there. I think McLennan was the one that got onto his left boot, should have had a snap. Ball tapped to the goal line, might be rushed through for a minor score. It is, so Northcote Park take the lead by that very behind. It's 8-7-55 to 8-6-54.
I just thought Pappas was going to take the shot there. That seemed pretty regulation, but he decided to handball over the top, kept the play moving, and unfortunately it didn't work out for Northcote Park in the end there. But now Montmorency moving out from full back. Short little chip kicks around. That one finds the man deep in the back pocket there, Ben Haynes. And we know he's a great user of the footy. He'll be looking for men further down the ground. He's got Dean Giles an option. He decides to go short. That's not a great kick. Davies with a good interception. Scanlon at the bottom of this pack, tackled straight away.
High.
And he has copped one high. He's going to get a free kick. He's going to be about 25 metres out, slight angle, and Paul Scanlon's a pretty good set shot in front of goal.
It's one of those ones, Colquill, he just had to go, didn't he? He and Scanlon dived at the loose footy. Scanlon got in first, and as a result, Colquill got him high. And we've seen Scanlon turn over a little bit in this quarter, and also Haynes. So players you wouldn't expect to make those skill errors by foot in their defensive 50 have both done so. And Scanlon now from 30 metres out, slight angle. You'd back him in from here, and the kick's just going to work back. It's done just enough, I think so. It has, and Northcote Park now back in front by 7 points. The Cougars 9-7-61, Montmorency 8-6-54. Back to that half-time margin of 7 points.
Scanlon obviously being hampered by that knee, but he's still working hard here in the second half, and he's going to have to if Northcote Park are going to get over the line today. So a 7-point ball game here at the moment, Northcote Park's favour. It's been an interesting start to this third quarter here. A lot of pressure around the ball from both midfields, and the ball use has been pretty good with the exception of a couple of kicks coming out of defence from both sides. Now Keenan at the bottom of that pack. Scanlon did well to work to the front of it and grab the ball, and he kicked one high up in the air. Letter almost took the mark. Handball over the top in direction of O'Connell. They're going to get out of it. Nice snap around the corner to get out of defence there for Montmorency, and now Brooker's got it on the wing. Good tackle from Hogan to bring him down. Now DeLeo's picked it up. Brooker tackled him nicely, and now Brooker's on the move. Got a handball from his teammate. Tackled him, probably dropped it as he got the ball there, but free kick not paid. Now O'Connell running on the near side of the ground, tries to kick in the direction of McLennan, goes over his head. He's going to have to work hard to regain the ball here, Brock McLennan, but it's paddled out of bounds, and there'll be a throw in at left half forward.
So the ball now inside forward 50, or just outside forward 50 rather, for Northcote Park. Grandstand side of the ground, kicking still to that market end of the ground. Ball thrown in. Halpin, front spot again, gets another tap, but it's sharked by McLennan. Ran into a teammate there, and he's going nowhere. We'll have a ball up 40 metres out. Gio Halpin's played a great game. He's winning the majority of those ball ups and boundary throw-ins. That time wins it down comfortably again into the direction of Keenan. Just throws on the boot. Who's going to get there first? Hogan does, and he just plays on straight away. Handball off to Wunting. Can get it back here. This will be a great running goal from Hogan. It's arching back. This might just float through. Touched on the goal line by Dean Giles. Well, Hogan, we haven't called his name too regularly today, but he just backed himself there, took the mark, just set off straight away, and nearly capped it off with a great running goal. Great effort there by Giles to force it through for a minor score. Northcote Park 9-8-62, Montmorency 8-6-54.
So Flint plays on from fullback from Montmorency and kicks a long ball up to left half back. Ryan Jackson's under this one, can't take the mark. Ball comes off hands, but Montmorency will clean up now. They go with the long ball inside to the centre square. Good mark taken there on the wing, and I think that's
Walton again, is it?
I think it is Walton. He's pushed up from half forward. Now he goes inside forward 50. Fitzgerald's in there, but a good mark taken in defence from Considine, and he'll have it at the right back pocket and just goes with a little chip kick over the top, finds a teammate.
Hasn't Considine grown in stature over this final series as well? Did a great job that second half on Rocker. Played really well last weekend, and today, again doing the job. I don't know if you have the confidence of taking that mark, say, 3 weeks ago.
Well, he's had some big roles to do over the last few weeks. Obviously, Rocky, you mentioned there, he did a little bit of time on Cloak when he went forward in the second half. That ball is a lovely long kick into full forward, but it's just gone over the top of Jake Mills' head, so Montmorency will be able to clear. Now chance for O'Halpin. It came off his hands, may roll out of bounds. Brooker worked hard to get there, so is O'Meara. Lovely work by O'Halpin to get it back to Brooker. He's got O'Meara on his right-hand side if he wants to use him. Decides to go further down the field. Just tried to get a spoil in there, but Ben Walton did very nicely for Montmorency. Got it over to Bomber Keenan. He can go inside 50. He's got Pettifer standing on his own. 30 metres out. Handball over the top. Here's a goal for Monty. Beautiful work there. Dan Limback smashes it 30 rows back. And that's another goal for Monty.
And just you can see on that far side from that the earlier play when Northcote Park was streaming forward, Joey Wunton and Ben Sinclair had a head clash, and they're both down in the arms of the trainers, both now just getting to their feet. So that was a good minute ago. Both I said on their feet. It looks as if Sinclair's a little worse for wear. He's still in the arms of the trainers as he walks from the field. Wunton looks to be staying on the ground, but great work in transition. Walton here, I thought he might have, when he slipped over, he might have been a bit unlucky and almost slipped out of bounds. He just kept it in, and on that fast break, it was a 2-on-1 situation. We saw Pettifer all by himself. I thought it was Violato just worked off him, but you could just see that he was on Limback, and Limback was able to get out the back there and kick the easiest of goals. It's back to a 2-point ball game. 9 goals, 6-60 to Northcote Park, 9-8-62.
Poor old Joey Wunton. There's been plenty of physical presence when he's been near the ball. He got sent over the fence in the second quarter, and also almost did his knee here on the near side, and then nearly got knocked out. So he's been in the wars, but still playing well. That one out of the middle. Brooker does well off the hands of O'Halpin and handballed it out wide to Haynes. He's got a bit of space to run into. Delidio's not coming at him just yet, so he can use his ball skills. He does it very nicely. Gets it to half forward. Now chance Walton over the top. Gets it in the direction of Pettifer. Also trying to get there was Jackson. Good work by McNeese to get it out of bounds. Deep in the left forward pocket for Montmorency.
So it's 60 plays 62. Ball to be thrown in deep inside Montmorency's forward 50. Ruckman combined. Flynn lost front spot. Ball tapped to the front of the pack rather, and a tackle laid in there. So we'll have another ball up. There's some 30 metres out from Montmorency's goal. Flynn won that one down, boundary side. Running onto it though, Pettifer, kick smothered. Great effort there by Ben McNeese, and that's the second great smother he's effected today. And a throw in now, 30 out. As I said, 2 points, all that's separating these sides. We're midway through the third quarter, neither side giving an inch. It's been close all day. The biggest margin's only been 11 points. That was Montmorency's favour deep in the second term. Hogan now lost the footy. That handball came out to Donaldson. He's kicked 2 already today. Kick goes top of the goal square, but Violato with the big mark and just plays on. A lack of a chase there from Limback. Disappointing effort. Long kick now looking for McLennan. Couldn't get the mark, made the spoil. Still numbers with Montmorency. Keenan couldn't break through the tackle. Handball over to Haynes. Handball now it's not a pretty one, and it's going to end up out of bounds. Looking for Sacco there, but Hogan did enough to just, in fact it was Morris, did enough to just work him out of bounds. And a throw in now. 60 out from Montmorency's goal. Flynn against O'Halpin. Flynn tap. Again, Montmorency though to extract through Sacco, got the handball out to a teammate running through the congestion there, Haynes. Kick out now to Fitzgerald, working inside 50, turnover, Hogan, Carter, a raking handball at the back, and they are away now. Kick up the line, if it can find, it does find the man there in Pappas, took a strong overhead mark, they're working it quickly up the line. Rajab now took the diving mark, they're at centre wing. Rajab. Now they have to hold up and wait for numbers to get back in front of the footy. Kicking it inside, looking for Woonton, where he's missed him, but fortunately O'Connell's there to at least create a contest. Ball at ground level, it's going to be locked in, and the ball up now at centre half forward for Northcote Park, leading by 2 points.
Intriguing contest here at the moment. It's hard to pick a winner at this stage of the game. The midfield battle's been so intense, so much pressure around the ball carrier at every stage of this game so far. I'm waiting for it at some point to open up and get the runners involved, but haven't seen it so far. It's been very tight and congested.
It seems as if the game's just closed down as the game's gone on. There's been more players around the ball, more stoppages, and just, not as free-flowing as what it was in the first quarter.
Well, that blood is free-flowing from Daniel Keenan's face. He comes off with a blood rule, a cut above the right eye there, so he's replaced now by Luke Jackson, and the ball thrown up. It's an half full for Northcote Park. A helping again with the tap. Who's at ground level? Tennant tries to barge his way through, but his opposing skipper Davies doesn't let him get through there. Another ball up, same position, a lot of numbers around the footy. Thrown up, Woonton tries to tap it clear of the pack. Who's got numbers on the outside? It's Montmorency through Sinclair, now through Haynes, who's getting his hands on it in the past 5 minutes. Cuts inside, a lovely handball off to Brooker. Now Brooker, handball over the top, drew the Northcote player, got it back. Now Brooker, he's going to have to get through 2 tackles. He got through 1, didn't get through them though. A great effort by the Northcote Park ruckman, and he wraps him up. He'll surely give the handball off now to Morris. Morris goes on the left, a lovely kick looking for O'Connell, finds him on the chest.
Good kick, Morris.
And now Patrick O'Connell looks for options, long up the field. He just kicks it to the hot spot. Wasn't the best kick because O'Halpin had set himself up. Surely a free kick against Coleman there, and it's paid to O'Halpin, the man in front.
O'Halpin now standing about 25 metres out from his full-back line. Now goes with the left foot out to the wing position. He's got a man going up for a mark. Oh, it's a beautiful hang over the top there. Nice work by, I think, now hands to O'Meara. He's running through the middle of the ground. That kick over the top. There's 2 Northcote Park players that Pettifer's going to have to take by O'Connell, but great tackle by Pettifer. Wrapped him up at half forward, and there'll be a bounce at half forward for Montmorency.
Really desperate effort there by Pettifer. Charged the footy. It wasn't a great kick to him on the lead, but that second effort, sensational. McEwen, when no one went up against him, got it to O'Connell, and he's wrapped up straight away by Sammy O'Meara. Crowd in front of us, the Monty faithful, really appreciative of that tackle. A nice and hard one by O'Meara. Nugent now comes onto the ground, gets a tap. McNeese to go against Brooker. McNeese just didn't have to tap it to Naldrit. He was wrapped up. McNeese went again and just danced through traffic. And look at that spear and kick into space. McEwen now to Lorenzini. He can give it to Deledio if he wants to. Took a bounce. Probably still would have been best to go to Deledio. Kicks it, looking for Scanlon. He slipped at the back of the pack. Can he get to his feet? He can't. Running onto it, Sinclair tried to break a tackle. Flynn again, another great tackle by the ruckman, and he locks the ball up 30 metres out from his own goal.
Handball had to go to Deledio there. He had plenty of space to run inside 50 and just have a big ping at the goals, but unfortunately didn't either see him or want to use him.
As Davies tried to crash through the pack now, ball still 30 out from Northcote Park's goal, wrapped up. We haven't had a score for quite some time, the last one being the goal from Limback over the top. So far this quarter, it's 2-1 in favour of Montmorency. 7-point half-time deficits now, back down to 2 as going after that footy. Looks like as that letter has gone after. No, it's Scanlon. Got it off quickly to Deledio. Snap on goal. Just might go through. It does.
What a goal.
Got plenty of purchase on that one. It's a standing start and a great effort by Paul Scanlon. Just attacked the footy, broke through a tackle, and while still had another man on his back, was able to get a handball out. And Deledio, well, standing start, done plenty on that one. It's back out to an 8-point margin.
Do you reckon when Deledio gets back to the back line, he'll be saying to Sean Lorenzini, that's why he give the ball to me?
I reckon he'd have a fair case if he did just that. And the odd thing about the kick as well was that Scanlon wanted it to the far side and he set it up more centrally, so Scanlon was almost out of position as soon as the kick came off the boot, so he didn't really advantage anyone by the option he went with.
Now ball back in the middle. It's going to be McEwen going up against Nugent. Helping just having a little bit of a rest now. And going up high was Nugent. Didn't really get a clear possession, a clear win down from that hit out. Donaldson goes to the left foot inside forward 50. Almost a mark taken by Walton, then off hands. Nice little handball, trying to get through there was O'Meara. Good tackle laid on Hogan, trying to burst through that pack. Now going in hard there was Scanlon, possibly got a high hit, and I think he did, yes. It's going to be a free kick there at right half back, Paul Scanlon to take it.
Gee, works hard. He goes into the middle, gets the footy, goes back, goes forward, does it all. And a lovely kick now finds Ollie McEwen. Can go into the middle to leader. Was going to go there, but he was now manned up by, I think it was Flint who got to the back. It was Whitling rather. He went long and going back courageously and taking the mark. In defence there, looks like it's Luke Collins who's gone across there and taken the mark. In front of the scoreboard, which reads 68-60 in favour of Northcote Park. It's a grubby looking kick. Fitzgerald had made the long lead. It didn't quite find him, and we'll have a throw in Just forward of centre here for Northcote Park, leading this contest by 8 points.
And the ball to be brought in again, once again by the umpire, and that one down by Nugent. McEwen hasn't had the best of the ruck so far in this third quarter. Noldrit tried to go after it, tackled straight away. There'll be yet another bounce on the outer side.
It's an interesting one that they've replaced Kelly today and brought in McEwen, who spent a lot of time in the ruck, and Flynn's had a pretty good final series. We haven't seen him as regularly. They've opted more for McEwen. Probably gets around the ground better than what Flynn might, but help and still had a great influence in this game. And a free kick now plucked out from that ruck contest, and it's going to go Montmorency's way. And it's in the hands of Scott Nugent, who's doing the relief ruck work. Nugent at half-back. Spearing kick down the line. It's going to be cut off. Well, it was looking for Fitzgerald again, and Fitzgerald just drops the head there, disappointed with the delivery to him. It's 2 kicks now where he's made the long lead, and it's the execution's been pretty poor as they've looked for him as now the throw in. Nugent, McEwen go up. Nugent got a lovely tap down to Keenan, who got the lovely handball over to Sacco, and they're away now. The 1-2 through the middle. Donaldson streams forward, kicks long into the space of Pettiford, does him no favours now. He has to go up against McNeese and Violato. Violato with the Shepherd. McNeese ran that ball out of bounds. He actually bananaed up the line. It was a fair effort, but in trying to get onto his left boot, the ball drop was brought out of bounds, and the Monty fans made sure the umpire was aware of it as well. A throw in now, 60 metres out. Again though, Pettiford had space on the lead there, and the kick was just too far in front of him and allowed Northcote Park to make it a 2-on-1. And the throw in now, Jordan, 55 metres out from Monty's goal.
It was smart initially from McNeese. He held it inside, but then brought it onto the left foot and brought it out of bounds. Ball now in from the umpire, McEwen and Nugent to do the ruck work. O'Connell was third man up, and it comes into the favour of Mickey O'Connell. Lorenzini now, handball over the top to Scanlon. Rides the bump, handball over to Leder. Leder now goes up to a teammate. Deledio just off the bench. Morris now, right kick inside forward, 50, just hits the target. Great kick. Pappas now at centre half forward. He goes to another kick inside forward, 50 again. And a great mark taken there. Good work moving forward from Northcote Park, and Daniel Flynn will have a shot.
That was the best passage of play. The way they won that ball, ran in waves, the handball in tight, first off by Flynn, just got the arms free, didn't let the ball get locked inside. Scanlon gave the look away handball, and then 2 perfectly executed kicks going forward there, and Pappas, the strong mark, found Flynn, and now the big man can put his side 14 points in front as we push towards time on in the third quarter. Kicks from just inside 50. Will it have the carry? It's got the accuracy. And the Northcote Park big man resting forward kicks. Well, it's an important goal now. They kicked 2 in a row. The first side to do so in this second half. And now Tommy Flanagan, it's a pretty handy buffer. Northcote Park has opened up. It's 11 goals, 8-74. Montmorency 9-6-60. We've played 22 minutes in this third quarter.
Yeah, not a bad time for Daniel Flynn to kick his second goal of the year. I'm sure he'll be pretty pleased with doing that in the preliminary final. And we're just talking about the ball movement of the Cougars here along this near wing. Absolutely sensational with the handball overlapping and running. It was very handy to have Deledio coming off the bench. They needed his run in that passage of play, and he did very nicely. Now out of the middle of the ground, Brooker trying to break away from Leder, but he can't quite. Good tackle laid there by Leder, who's been an impressive player in these finals for Northcote Park.
So we are getting closer to three-quarter time, of course. Still plenty of time to go, probably at least 5 minutes, but Northcote Park's had a buffer of 2 goals in both of their previous 2 finals, and have actually extended the lead in the last. We know they can run out the game, and it's certainly to say Monty needs the next one's no means an understatement. The trailing here by 14 points. Northcote Park with the past 2 goals. Ball extracted there. Donaldson, I think it was, tried to get the kick away. Might have been Brooker actually. Couldn't get any purchase on it, and it's going to be a ball up. Still in that centre square. 74 plays 60. Nugent up against McEwen. Nugent's bigger body got in a good position, but McEwen reached over the top, goes in again. McEwen can get a handle at the Scanlon here. Leder almost cut him off, but he goes hard again. Leder. Now he wraps up his opponent in a tackle. That's the man underneath that one. Might be, is it Jackson who's coming from the bottom? As he was wrapped up. In fact, it was Sinclair. Nugent just tapped it straight down into the ground. Keenan over the footy with Scanlon. Again, a lot of numbers around this footy. You throw a blanket over 15 players in this stoppage here as the umpire takes it back again. Next goal will be decisive. Thrown up. Nugent won it down, but only as far there as Noldrit. Dropped the footy. Scanlon now gets it out, and he can take it or have a bit of a run. Opted to kick long, looking for Pappas. Jumped high, couldn't bring the mark to ground. Flint picked up the loose ball. took on a would-be tackler, now switching play, good work, got it into hands of Collins, who we know can run with the footy. Well, he's dropped the ball, and now he's going to be under the pump. Can he get through the tackle? He just gets through and gets a handle onto Keenan. That was important. They've got numbers now on the outside. Will they go long? Here's the next kick, looking for Fitzgerald. It burnt him. Big Small came from behind at ground level. Carter goes hard at it, still attacks it, charging through. Got a handle onto Morris. He was hard over the football. Morris out wide. Now they've got numbers. Morris can go again. That ball hits ground level. Morris was wrapped up in a good tackle, slipped out, Letter, hard footy to win, kicks it long, in hope more than anything, but getting back and taking, or not taking the mark was Tennant, had good purchase on it. Now handball off Nugent, fumbled the ball. It's a hot footy to be won. Who wants it the most? On the outside, Whitling, dinky kick over the top, and they're going to get away with it here. The mark taken on the far side. Chip inside, looking for, well, two men have run into each other there. One was Sinclair at the back, running through, handball. Violato now to Davies. He's under the pump. Gives it off to Mills, who can run. He's got Lorenzini in the middle. Draws Keenan. Handballs to Davies. Davies feigns one way. Kicks inside. It's a good hit. And he's found a target inside Coleman.
Maybe back to Mills, he could go. He's running into that space over the top, but there's a couple of players there guarding that space now. He's still making a slight lead, Mills, but Coleman, I think he's going to back his kicking skills. He's kicked a fair few goals this year, Coden Coleman. This will be his 32nd if he puts this one through. He's 51 metres out, launches it in the breeze. Looks like it's going to get there, maybe just touched on the line. It stays in. Dean Giles just taps it through there for a rush behind there, so lucky escape there for Montmorency.
You just saw there in the congested play, Northcote Park, that slick handball, they just run in waves and they run into pressure, but they just had the weight of numbers all the way through and got away with it, whereas Montmorency down the other end of the field just didn't have that extra person to handball it off to, but they've run this one well out of the fence. Long kick up the line, Fitzgerald is forced under it now. It's going to be a push in the back. Considine, well, he had him in a good position there, Considine, but he just gave away a cheap free kick. Wasn't discreet about it, as Fitzgerald's kick now wasn't the prettiest one, but found Jackson. Now he goes over the top, looking for Collins, kept it in, handball. Now here's a chance. Donaldson runs inside 50, shot on goal. That's an important one. Much needed goal for Montmorency, coast to coast play, and the game now back within 9 points. Montmorency 10 goals, 6-66. Northcote Park 11-9-71. Needed that one on the stroke of the three-quarter time, Tommy.
I love Jesse Donaldson's work in this game. He's quick, he's elusive, and he delivers the ball inside 50 perfectly. He's got 3 goals today, 17 for the year, and pretty impressive performance by the youngster today, I thought.
Works well right around the ground. He moves forward, he plays in the midfield, he wins those. He's good as an inside midfielder as well. He goes in and under the rucks and can win the ball from the midfield. Tap now down from the middle. O'Halpin gets the tap down, but doesn't really go in favour of any of his teammates. The ball now locked in there. Bronick Davies fighting hard for the ball, but the umpire calls for a secondary ball up. He's still in the centre square. McEwen and O'Halpin to do the ruck work here. O'Halpin gets it down, but the ball's just bobbling around. Northcote Park will try and get out of here. Letter's just locked up in a tackle from Collins, and we'll have another ball up in almost the same position. McEwen now with the tap down, gets it off to Delidio. A great little tap there in favour of Nolgert. Nolgert with a high ball inside forward 50, 2-on-2 contest. Ball comes off hands, no one can really take it there for Northcote Park. And it'll clear out a defence from Montmorency, and they'll have it through Ryan Jackson now on the wing. Plenty of run here from Montmorency. They've got Luke Jackson inside the midfield. Keenan now shrugs off Violato, gets a little kick over the top, and a good mark taken. Montmorency now with plenty of run going inside 50.
Jackson now, Ryan. They almost made a meal that they had 4-on-2 there, and they only just got away with it as he went long, and you can hear from the disappointed moans of the crowd, the siren sounds just as he kicked it inside 50, and at three-quarter time we have a 9-point ball game. It's Montmorency 10-6-66, Northcote Park 11-9-75. Northcote Park has won every quarter, the first one by 2 points, the second by 5, and that quarter again by 2 points yet again. It sets a grand stage going into this final quarter. Still none the wiser of who's going to get that second grand final spot to take on Heidelberg in next weekend's Division 1 Premiership decider. At three-quarter time, Northcote Park 11-9-75, Montmorency 10-6-66. We'll go through the goal kickers for Northcote Park. We've got 2 goals to Coleman and Pappas, 1 each to O'Connell, Davies, Wunton, Scanlon and Doug Morris. And for Montmorency, Donaldson has 3, Walton 2, and singles each to Jackson, Limbach, Pettifer, Whitling and Asakio Halpin. At three-quarter time, it's Northcote Park by 9 points on your local station, 88.6 Plenty Valley FM. looking at the contest as a whole, it's a game of millimetres, isn't it really? Coleman had a shot for goal, looked pretty good off the boot, just fell short, touched on the goal line. That would have made the lead 20 points. Monty go down the other end and kick the much needed goal down the other way. Just little moments like that could prove decisive. Both sides have really taken their chances. It's an accurate goal kicking. Both probably you'd say missed one or two perhaps regulation shots at goal, but have kicked some other impressive ones. Donaldson in particular has kicked 3 great goals. That one then just streaming inside 50, thumped it through, and a couple of other times just backed himself. And Hogan as well nearly kicked one of the goals of the year, where he took the mark at the wing, just bollocked his way through, got the handball received back, and nearly thumped it through from 55, touching the goal line as well. So 2 shots for Northcote Park, touched deep in the goal line. Looking now, I guess, for those the tall timber in Monty's forward half to probably get them over the line. Pettifer's got just one, Limback just one, and so far today no goals to Paddy Fitzgerald as well. So you'd have to think that if they are to win this game, those 3 would have to combine for 2 or 3 goals for the quarter at the very least, for Northcote Park to eclipse the Cougars and take on Heidelberg in the grand final. Remembering Montmorency finished the season in first place, won the minor premiership, had the weekend off, but went down last weekend to Heidelberg by 20 points. Northcote Park finished 4th, won the elimination final against West Preston Lakeside by 28 points, then defeated last year's reigning premier Bandura by 20 points as well. So they've come in with the form in the finals, and they've led all those games at 3/4 time by a margin of around that 2 goals. And as we're currently situated, it's that 9-point buffer again.
Some stern words are sure to be said if Monty doesn't come home with the win here, I'm sure. The Northcote boys have been fantastic all day. If they can keep up their pressure, I'm sure that'll hold them in good stead for this last quarter. Likewise, the Monty boys, they've been fantastic around the clearances. They just need to get their big forwards involved, as you said there, and if they can do that, they're very likely to come away with the 4 points. Not the 4 points, but the spot next week.
The big names all in the middle of the ground for Montmorency. Halpin's in there, so too Ryan Jackson and Keane, and James Brooker too, and then you look for Northcote Park, McEwen doing the ruckwick with Davies, Morris and Scanlon, the starting on-ball trio. So the big guns are in there. We're prepared now for what is going to be a great final quarter. Don't change the dial. It is 75 playing 66, Northcote Park leading at 3/4 time as the umpire holds the ball aloft, and we are ready to go here in the final quarter as he throws it up. Halpin got the tap, went wide, looking for Keenan, but Scanlon was the one who was able to extract. Handball inside to Morris, thumping kicks going to land 30 metres out from goal. Coleman ran under the footy. James Gould trapped it really well for Montmorency. Now kicking to that wide wing. He's got that player looking for Ryan Jackson. Just ran under it a little bit. Allowed Hogan to get inside now. Hogan kicking it long inside 50 again. Giles flew from behind, spoiled on Pappas, and a really good job there by Dean Giles, forcing a boundary throw in 40 metres out from Northcote Park's goal.
James Gall's had a good game in defence. I've been very impressed with him. He's been playing on Brock McLennan for most of the day, and he's done very well sweeping out of defence.
McLennan really unsighted for the majority of the game, hasn't he?
He has been. Now he goes Brooker running his way out of that pack. He goes up to centre half forward. Lorenzini gets in front and paddles it into his advantage, but the ball bobbles around. A good contest here between Lorenzini and Walton as well. Walton eventually wins it, goes inside 50 and spots up a target. Dropped right at the last moment. And Northcote Park should try and pounce on top of this one to try and clear it out, but Montmorency still have possession, wrapped up in a tackle from Leder, and it will be a ball up at centre half forward for Montmorency.
Lorenzini there did great effort to get the ball on, but you just got to keep your feet in those one-on-ones. But then that mark dropped by Luke Collins. He's in it again now. Can he atone for it? Ran into pressure. Handball back. It's going to be a turnover. Scanlon and looking just charge out of the back line. Great smother there. That was Pettifer coming across. In fact, it might not have been Pettifer, maybe Walton, but the ball still gets on the outside. Lorenzini, handball over the top to Ledio. Can he get through the tackle? He can. Now Lorenzini can almost have a shot. Charges to 55. Shot on goal. Top of the goal square. Bounces through for a minor, scored. Probably had still a good 5 metres in him there. He didn't. I guess he almost ran his full extent, but could have taken a bounce and could have put in that important opening goal this final term. Wasn't to be. The margin now at double figures. It's 10 points. 10-6, 66 plays 11-10, 76.
He loves getting forward, Lorenzini. That kick out wide finds Tennant. He's trying to play on straight away. Joey Winton's not allowing him to. And that may be 50. No, he's just calling him to go back on his mark. The Monty fans aren't too pleased with that, but Here goes Shane Tennant. He goes into the middle of the ground, finds Keenan on the half volley. McLennan tried to pressure him. Now work his way out of the pack there was Gall, but McLennan did very nicely, getting his hands back on it, tried to get it back to Wunton. Monty are going to get away through that good Shepherd. Now Whitling, he dropped the ball before he thought he had it, and nice effort there by Joey Wunton to get it out of bounds.
This is the pressure of finals now. Basic skill errors we're seeing, drop marks, balls that aren't bouncing back to the players. Perhaps Lorenzini could have run further. Players now certainly feeling the heat, as you could imagine. You don't blame them. Such an important game in their career as one down there by McEwen. Scanlon went around the footy, and it's going to be holding the ball. Incorrect disposal, in fact, and we might have an injury here, is it, or a cramp? It's McEwen, hasn't played senior footy for a while, and he's on his haunches there, trying to stretch out that right leg. He'll probably come off the kick inside. Does it have the carry from Donaldson? No. Getting across and taking the intercept mark is Carter. Can chip over the top to his skipper. Finds him, Carter. Now he's got Scanlon all by himself. If you can spot him up, he chipped it up to the top of the head of Wunton. He just couldn't get to the contest. No one attacked it. Coleman streaming through, handball on the outside, finds O'Connell. O'Connell kicks a goal. He's done it. The Cougars are back in front by 16 points now, and that was an interesting one. No one attacked the footy. The ball just hit the ground. Coleman just attacked it, streaming out from the goal square. Cougars lead by 16 points. Monty in strife.
I don't think I've ever seen an aerial ball where there's been 7 players or 8 players in a pack and the ball's just missed every single one of them. Clean bowled over the top, and then good handball there from Coleman to set up the goal for O'Connell.
And straight away from the outset of this quarter, we've only played about 5 minutes, and the intensity is lifted tenfold, and I hope it remains at this intensity for the remaining quarter.
They nearly got away with on their Monty's odd, because Davies had Scanlon in miles of space. If he had to hit him, he would have run to the goal square. Just didn't spot him, but it worked out in the end for the Cougars, leading by 16 points. Tap down from Flynn. Brooker trying to charge through. He's had a great start to this final quarter. Davies gets the tap on. Scanlon trying to barge his way through. Ball thrown out. Now Donaldson trying to barge through. He was wrapped up. I reckon Whitling's in a bit of strife here. He looks to be down. Getting up gingerly now. Lorenzini. He wants that left boot. He gets the handball over the top to Delidio. Handball onto Carter. Carter now runs his full quota. Kicks it long to centre half forward. Who's going to fly? The man staying down was Rajab. Couldn't take it cleanly. Now he wraps up Flint. Ball locked up at half back for Montmorency. They're trailing here 10-6, 66 to 12-10, 82.
O'Halpin, Flint comes over the top. Ball just going to the boundary line, and it'll be out. I think Whitling and Hogan, I think, had a bit of a clash, because Hogan remained down in his haunches for a little while as well after that play in the middle of the ground. But the ball on half forward now for Northcote Park. Flynn and O'Halpin to do the ruck work. Brooke is there, can't get control of it. Comes back to O'Halpin. O'Halpin tries to go to Keenan. Scanlon gets in the way though. This is Hogan. He goes over to Delidio. He goes with the high ball inside 50 to the hot spot. Can't take the mark there. Was Coden Coleman. He handballs back to Wunton. Wunton trying to control it. He has to run back to go forward. Can't quite get the ball again. McLennan now runs onto this one. He's dropped the ball. Gall is there. Plenty of players around this one. It's getting pushed further out to the outer side of the ground. And eventually it was still in. McLennan keeps it in, goes to the left foot, should go inside 50. Wunton's under this one, but a good mark taken back there from Flint. And Montmorency will sweep out of defence.
We'll give you a reprieve. They're hard footy to call him. I thought it was out about 3 times there. It's hard to get a clean disposal now as the umpire gives Craig Flint the hurry long down the wing. Big fly at the back. It's going to be a mark coming to the player in the back of the pack. Actually, it's going to be a free kick in the back against the big flyer in the front of the pack. And now the ball with Violato handballed out. Lorenzini, he's had a great game. Breaking handball, puts Considine in space if it sits. It does now. Handball off Morris out wide. Scanlon, he takes the mark, could have gone. Opted not to, took the mark 40 metres out from goal. We know he's got the journey in him. We'll have to kick it the best part of 50 metres, and it's safe to say Northcote Park is certainly settled better in this quarter. And Scanlon passes it off, and he finds Patrick O'Connell on the lead, 30 metres out, directly in front. Lacks defending there to not cover the hot spot. And I guess similar to what we said with Shane Harvey yesterday, I guess when these good players take marks inside 50, you almost expect them to go back and have the shot. He finds the man in a much better position, and O'Connell here can kick 2 in a row and extend the lead to 22 points.
I think it was a clever kick because there was no Montmorency defenders who had the opportunity to drift in front of O'Connell, and that one has just faded to the left. They've got to take your opportunities. Paddy O'Connell misses one. He's got 1 goal, 1 for the day.
So it's 12-11-83, plays 10-6-66. 7 minutes played. Final term, lovely kick out, finds Daniel Keenan in space. Dropped the mark, but had all the time in the world to pick it up. Took a few steps, long kick looking for Jackson. He's going to be favoured by the ball. Flew, almost hit him in the chest there. Leder at ground level, did really well. Just tapped out in front of him, then got it onto Hogan. Hogan trying to break a tackle, just got a handball out. Weight of numbers again. Violato now to Letter. He can take a bounce here if he wants. Opposite just go long, wasn't the best kick. Tennant might get across. Tennant takes a fine mark, and they're out now, grandstand side. Flint handballs over the top into Gall. Gall takes 5 running steps with a kick's an absolute shocker to Scanlon. Scanlon now chips it back inside. It's going to be downfield, won't matter to Ledio. Now he's got a man inside. He could almost take the mark and go now. This is Morris. Took it. Now runs to 45 metres. Doug Morris unloads. This one might just go through. Fades late. Minor score. Northcote Park fritting away some chances early in this last quarter. The lead, though, at a handy 3 goals now. It's 12 goals, 12-84. Montmorency 10-6-66. And they've got them by the throat now. They just haven't strangled him enough.
Yeah, Fitzgerald and Limback completely unsighted pretty much for the whole day, so they'll need them to get involved if they want to win this game. They're trailing by a little bit now moving through the middle of the ground. Montmorency trying to switch it out to the outer side. Keenan might take the mark over Morris, does nicely. He can give it to Brooker inside if he wants to, but he just run past him, so he slides it into the middle. Nice little kick into Donaldson. He's got 3 goals today, and now he brings it inside forward 50. That's a beautiful long lead, and a lovely mark taken by Kane Pettifer deep in the left forward pocket, about 40 metres out.
Really the first time all day they've been able to find Pettifer in space. McNeese has worked him really well. Even now he's going to have to kick from deep in the pocket, the market pocket of Preston City Oval. And be a decisive goal. Northcote Park had 2 golden opportunities down the other end. Pettifer now, he's a lovely set shot at goal, and if you're a Montmorency fan, you wouldn't ask for any other player to have the ball in their hands. And Kane Pettifer, it's a big time player, and this is a big time kick. Pettifer comes in, approaches just inside 50. Kick looks pretty good off the boot. He's got it.
Never looked like missing.
Kane Pettifer keeps Monty in touch. The Magpies 11-6-72. Northcote Park 12-12-84. In this final quarter now, we have played 9 minutes, and it's still a two-goal buffer to Northcote Park.
His 50th goal of the year as well, Kane Pettifer.
They need a bit more of that, Montmorency. They need a bit more run along the wing. Keenan took a good mark in front of Morris, and just sending it inside forward 50. Pettifer taking a good mark. They need a bit more of that, because otherwise Northcote Park will stretch in front and run away from Montmorency in the last quarter. The ball back in the centre now, and O'Halpin will do the rock work against Flynn. O'Halpin gets the tap on. Brooker trying to get the ball, but he can't. It will now come out to Northcote Park. Dancing around there was Carter. He goes up and finds Flynn, who overlaps the handball to Morris. Morris now running in from 55 metres out. He's loaded up. He's got the distance. Marked on the line.
Great body work.
Joey Wunton takes the mark on the goal line.
Sorry, that's my bad there, pointing to the wrong player. Just on that one there with Hogan again, had more space to run into. Really could have ran to 50 there, and he kicked to the best part of 55 from 60 as Coleman just taps it over the top. And the quick reply to Northcote Park, and is that the heartbreaker for Monty? They've worked so hard to get that 11th goal for the day, and just as quickly Northcote Park reply, and it all came from that tap inside from Carter, just a chip over the top to Flynn. Had Hogan running in waves, and Morris running in waves rather, and long kick finds Coleman, kicks the 3rd goal.
I think for a player of that size, Coden Coleman, he's got to be just about the best mark in the NFL for his size. Sensational hands, and used his body brilliantly there one-on-one against his defender. Ball now back in the middle. Nugent's gone into the ruck. Asaki has gone off for a little bit. Now Davies breaking through. Lovely work by him. He can get onto his left foot. Scrubby old kick. Didn't find a teammate. He was looking for Wunton. Nugent gave a little handball out to Tennant. Tennant now moving on the outer side, and a little ball from Sinclair. Is going to find his man over the top? No, not quite. And now breaking through the middle nicely for Northcote Park. Here's Mickey O'Connell. Got a handball from a teammate. And now, yes, he does move it to Daniel Rajab. He can swing around quickly. Brock McLennan is in space, but he decides to go longer to Coleman. I was just talking about his safe hands. Now off the pack. Good work there to get it off by Sarko. And now moving nicely through Flint, and they're using the handball nicely here, Montmorency on the overlap. They can use Whitling, and he goes up to half forward. Helping caught behind this contest, but a good mark taken there at the back. And now it's Sinclair again. O'Halpin's just drifted into a lovely little bit of space. He's going to play on. He'll keep running away from Considine. He'll put it back into the middle, right near to the goal line. Free kick has potentially been paid. It's going to go Montmorency's way. Kane Pettifer's going to take the kick from 10 metres out directly in front. I didn't quite see what that was for.
It was a high one against Ben McNeese, but again, lovely movement on this side of the ground. They did it so well. Sacco was the one streaming out of the back line, and once they got possession, Northcote Park didn't see it again as Pettifer now, the certain goal, kicks it from the top of the goal square, and again keeping his side in touch. Kane Pettifer's had a good final quarter. He's kicked 2 of his 3 goals in the past 3 minutes, and again it's a 12-point ball game. It's Montmorency 12 goals 678, Northcote Park 13 goals 1290. 12 minutes tick over in this final quarter. It's been in this term 2 goals apiece, neither side able to kick consecutive goals just yet, but again that next goal just so important, isn't it? Monty get it back to that 1 goal game, and well, Northcote Park plenty of breathing space if they can convert with their 3rd goal for the quarter.
Malcolm Blight likes the 3-goal rule. If you can kick 3 goals, then you're right back in the game. So that's what Monty will be hoping to do. They've got one of the 3 from Pettifer there. Maybe they just need another couple, and they'll be right back in the hunt. So this game is nowhere near over. Nugent in the ruck wins it down to Ryan Jackson. He tries to get a kick away, went to ground before it got to his boot. Now good kick from Luke Jackson. His brother got it inside forward 50, trying to pick it up. It was Paddy Fitzgerald, didn't bend down for it. Neither did Considine. Lorenzini finally got to ground level, and he picked it up. Went with the left hand handball in the direction of Delidio, and now Lorenzini has to go again because the handball was no good. He was wrapped up straight away. Didn't have prior opportunity though, so it's going to be a bounce on the outer side. He's
been good all day, Lorenzini. The other one that's getting into the game now is Nick Carter as well. He's had plenty of disposals this quarter. I'd say probably the most disposals he's had in any quarter. We've only played 13 minutes this term. Ball goes back inside Monty's forward 50, picked up by Fitzgerald. Can he get onto the right? He can't. He's tried to break through a couple of tackles, and he's pinged for holding the ball.
That was Big Asaki, I think.
Asaki it was indeed. I think he made the right decision. He probably felt that he had a full head of steam up and he could break through the tackle, and it was just unfortunate that Lorenzini was up to the task there, but you don't back a player there inside 450 just backing themselves and trying to charge through. Long kick now from Lorenzini. Fitzgerald's going to stand under and take the towering mark at half forward rather. Handball off, paid it to the man in front, so he won't take the kick. Now can they go long inside, run to 50, kick's going to go across the face of goal. Who's at the back of the pack?
No.
Sinclair, in fact, it might be. He's taken the mark deep in the pocket. And this to bring the margin back to 6 points. It'll be the first time in the second half that Montmorency could kick consecutive goals, but it's the importance of those tall players there, and can take the big marks, and Sinclair now a chance from deep in the pocket. Just quicker than Violato there on that lead. Got caught behind there, Violato, probably a mismatch there, and Sinclair rams it home. This game is on, and Sinclair has put through his first of the day, and Montmorency draw closer again.
Taller than what I thought, Ben Sinclair. He's got a bit of height on him, and I thought almost mistaken for Lindback, but a good mark taken there and a great goal. And Montmorency back within a goal now, and I suppose this clearance will be vital for them to get back into this game.
13-6-84 Montmorency, Northcote Park 13-12-90. 15 minutes approaching in this final quarter. It's a 6-point margin to Northcote Park, led by 9 at 3/4 time. Ball back in the middle, Flynn to take on Asaki O'Halpin, who's been sensational today. O'Halpin again, Carter in the middle of the ground, handball off to Noldrick. If he can get through the tackle, they're away. He did that. Flynn now kicks inside forward 50. Coleman's on the long lead. Could have got one in the back. Umpire said no play on. Good defending there. Going again, there's Coghill. He's done really well, Coghill, and he locks it inside. Oh, he's been kicked for holding the ball. He's been kicked for holding the ball. It was a great effort to first to bring the ball to ground, then to win it at ground level. The umpire said he dived on it and didn't get it out. And the crowd in front not too happy about it, as O'Halpin tries to plead his case, stands on the mark. Even those little things by O'Halpin again, tallest man get on the mark now. I know Coleman shouldn't have any trouble with distance from here, 40 metres out, but he's just done everything right, and he's been sensational in a very big game for his club, as Coleman now a chance to kick goal number 4 from 40 metres out in the pocket.
He's been fantastic, Coden Coleman. 48 metres out, slide angle. That one has faded out to the right. Maybe a little bit of pressure being put on him by the Montmorency crowd in front of us. So that one's just hung out to the right. This game is still alive.
And he knew straight away once that left the boot, he didn't kick it right because it just slid off the side of the boot. But here's Flint at full-back for Montmorency. Kicks up to the left half-back and finds a target in Ben Haynes. He goes up the wing and can't take the mark there. Comes off hands. Northcote Park have it. Montmorency fans rise in outrage. Leder now takes it at left half forward. He handballs inboard. This is O'Connell running in. Kicks to the hot spot. Coden Coleman's there. It's a 2-on-1 contest, and Ryan Jackson will now clear out a defence from Montmorency. Comes out onto the near side. Finds Keenan in plenty of space. He handballs off to a teammate. Gets it back. Rides above. Handballs inside to the middle of the ground to Collins. He misses the ball. Misjudged the bounce. Jackson now should clear out. He's hot on how to play hot on his tail. Goes inside 50, but cut off there from Carter.
Good mark there from Carter.
Just feeling the pressure there, Montmorency. They had so many times had players in space, just missed the target only by a fraction, but it was enough to allow first off the tackle to come through, and then that kick by Jackson allowed Carter to intercept. They had the man on as well, as Deledio goes sideways. Finds a man, O'Connell, dangerous kick inside, it's going to be cut off by Carter. He's got a swooping handball over the top now to Haynes. Haynes in the heart of Preston Sidiover, chipping inside, lovely kick. He's got Limback in space at centre half forward, chip over the top. Pettifer on the lead, Pettifer marks!
Good mark.
They went long and direct through the middle of the ground, and Pettifer now to make it a 1-point ball game if he can convert. It is 13-6, 84 to 13-13, 91. 17 and a half minutes into the last quarter, and Kane Pettifer can bring his side back to 1 point behind. They were 18 down earlier in this last quarter.
Virtually unsighted in the first 3 quarters in the forward half, Kane Pettifer. He's lining up now for his 3rd goal of the last term. He puts some air in it. It's faded to the left. It is a handy point though. It brings it back to a goal of difference.
So 3 goals, 1 for the day from Kane Pettifer. That was his 2nd mark inside 50 for the quarter and the 2nd from Montmorency as a team.
Turnover so crucial now, and O'Connell went to cut inside, and I'm sure Heatley would say when in doubt in these situations, go towards that boundary side almost. So if you turn it over, as we saw, especially with Daniel Keenan, lovely user of it. Ben Haynes getting the ball too in this second half as Scanlon now. He's got Mills making a very long lead. So too Violato. Goes for Violato. Has to sit under it. Great sprawl coming over the top. That was by Collins. Falls to Sinclair. Has been very important in the second half to Keenan. Keenan takes the mark on the edge of the centre square. Can go the big switch. Opts to go long inside 50 though. Makes his forward sit under it. Who's going to fly? Fitzgerald flies. Couldn't quite bring it to ground level. Ball at the back of the pack. Just thrown on the boot by Considine. Who's going to sit under this one? Everyone flies. Who's going to stay down? Flint does. Deledio did well to get back into it. Flint locks it in. And he's not going anywhere. Flint locking it in underneath Deledio there. Flynn against O'Halpin. O'Halpin does really well to Keenan. Keenan now, can he get the 1-2? The ball just won't sit for him. Allows Leder to get inside and lay the tackle. Sometimes all you need is a lucky bounce here or there, and if it had gone the way of Keenan there, he was in space. It wasn't to be. And the ball now thrown up in the direction though of the man in Brooker. He's going to have to get through Davies. He does that. Can't get through a second time though. He's dispossessed, holding the ball. Free kick to Northcote Park to go to Bronick Davies on the half-back flank.
Scanlon's taken the advantage. The umpire hasn't told him to stop, so he goes long in the direction of Woonton. Almost took the mark over the back. Brock McLennan, he's been a little bit quiet, and he's tackled there. Possibly gone. Yes, he didn't make an attempt to get rid of it. He just tried to drag it out of bounds. So Jesse Donaldson, he's now got it at left half-back, right in front of our commentary position. He goes long down the line. He's got Big Asakio helping down there. Flies up for the mark, but in front of him, a good mark taken there. I think
it was taken by Sinclair.
Sinclair, he did very nicely, drifting in front of Asakio Halpin. He is deceptively tall, Jordan. Goes inside, forward 50, almost a big mark over the back. Free kick was given away against Pettifer. He put the hands in the back.
That was silly by Pettifer. They had the numbers. There was no need to fly up third. As that third man, it wasn't a realistic attempt at footy, and I'm sure he wishes he had his time again as the ball now in the hands of the Northcote Park runners. Long kick by Morris, looking for McLennan, not the best option in the air, but what a strong mark by McLennan. Again, forced to eat my words in the commentary box. Takes the mark at half forward. What to do now? Tennant's getting back as the loose man, kicks it to the hot spot. Rajab has front spot and takes a one-hander. 45 metres out from goal. It's some of those lesser likes having a big impact. Gives it off quickly to Davies first off. He cuts inside. Handballs back to Rajab, who nearly slipped over. They've got a man at the back. Can handball off now. It's a dangerous one. Morris forced to sit under it. Taps it on. They've mucked this one up. He's taken it to Hogan. Handball out Violato. Just going to have to just send it in. It's a grubby kick. Which way will it bounce? McLennan now attacks the footy. Running through Giles. Look away handball. Keenan. Handball back now. A swooping one. It finds the man there in Donaldson. Long down the line. Who's going to fly? Scanlon goes back with the flight. Lands in the lap of Fitzgerald. Keenan inside. How good's he been? Keenan runs in the centre square. Long kick. I reckon he might have Lim back here.
Incredible.
Brad tells the story, and Daniel Rajab, I'm sure any score would have done at that stage of the game. He passed it off to Davies, and they mucked it up.
And he could have chewed up some seconds as well. Just waited there, took his full 30 seconds to take his kick, but unfortunately he made the silly error and went straight back down the other end, and now a chance for Montmorency to draw level.
It would be, if he can convert here, Limback scores would be level at the 21.5-minute mark of the final quarter. Could extra time be a possibility here as Limback comes in? We saw a 4-point thriller in yesterday's Division 2 Grand Final. Now it's 6 points deep in the final quarter. Limback comes in. Hasn't quite been his day, and he's hung it out to the right. A minor score for Limback. But it is a 5-point game again. Montmorency 13-8-86. Northcote Park 13-13-91. 21 minutes 45 played as the kick-out duties go inside, and the man who's taken that mark is Noldrit. Plays on. Gives to McNeese. McNeese long up the line. Wunton has to go, but Tennant gets across and takes the mark. Just forward of his wing. Kicks it into the middle of the ground. Makes his teammate work for it. It's Walton. Centre square still. It's a grubby looking kick. Oh, nearly landed in his teammate's hands. Plenty of numbers dive on this footy. I reckon we'll have a ball up 40 metres out Monty's goal, trailing by 5 points.
It's all even on the stat sheet. 10 inside 50s for Northcote Park, 9 for Montmorency, 4 marks inside 50 for Northcote Park, and 3 marks for the Magpies.
Saki O'Halpin, he tapped it down, did his own roving, gave it off to Keenan, but the kick was no good. And now I think Northcote Park maybe at this stage should just hold it up, be careful with the ball. Considine gives it over to Scanlon, who goes with a big long kick out to his skipper Davies, who goes over the top and takes a screamer of a mark. Sensational mark on the outer side of the ground. That's what you want from your skipper. Great intensity. And then he goes onto the wing position, finds a teammate further along the field, and can't quite see who that player is on the outer side, but it's moved slightly further forward. Now Hogan on the outer side, and he moves it into Flynn. He can give it off to Carter straight away.
He can get it to Paddy O'Connell here. Goes instead to Morris, cuts inside, long kick. Wunton's in best position, flies and marks Wunton. Tennant just couldn't get a hand on the ball, and now Wunton marks it 35 metres out, 45-degree angle, just to make it an 11-point ball game. What I was going to say earlier when that mark was taken, way back when Rajab marked it, some of the lesser likes have had big quarters. Ben Sinclair has been sensational for Montmorency, getting plenty of the footy and really elevating his name. How good's Daniel Keenan been inside? He's just inspired his side back into this contest, but this one will certainly hurt if Wunton can put it through. Arguably the biggest kick he's had all season. Wunton comes in now. Kick on goal is... I think he's got it. We'll wait for the umpire. I think it's a goal. It is. Joseph Wunton kicks his second goal for the contest, and Northcote Park go back out to that 11-point lead. Northcote Park 14-13-97. Montmorency 13-8-86. We saw Northcote Park miss 2 regulation shots a goal early in the quarter with O'Connell and also and Morris running through. Montmorency's done likewise now with Pettifer and Limbach, and will that be the telling blow? 24 minutes played, back to an 11-point ball game. Northcote Park leading 97-86.
Well, the next clearance is vital for Montmorency. They have to get it out of here. O'Halpin taps it down, but it goes straight to Scanlon. His kick was a bit wayward. Bronick Davies is running onto this out on the outer wing. He taps it in front of him, tries to keep it in his possession, but he can't. And Montmorency will have it here. This is Keenan in the centre of the ground. He handballs inboard. They go up to centre half forward. Donaldson against Hogan. Donaldson works his way in front. Hogan still working hard though. Donaldson gets it back. At centre half forward, he goes up to the hot spot. There's a one-on-one contest. Can't take the mark there.
Free kick will be paid. It's going to go against Pettifer, I think, for a high one.
Yeah, he just got McNeese in the back there as he was diving over the top. Almost a spectacular mark. Now McNeese using his left foot in the back pocket. He goes long with a nice driving ball. Didn't find a teammate though. O'Halpin picked it up, but was tackled straight away by Davies.
In the back.
Oh, that's O'Halpin to take it now on the outer side. Probably 70 metres out on the right half forward flank. Goes with a left foot kick inside. Relaxed defending there. Allowed the easy mark there to Sammy O'Meara. And Northcote Park are going to win it. They're going to win it. O'Meara may have a shot after the sign, but it's not going to matter. Northcote Park are through to the grand final.
Well, he's just kicked a torpedo. It's gone across the face of goal, and would you believe it, Northcote Park has finished 4th on the ladder, but will play off in the grand final. The minor premiers bundled out in straight sets, shocked fans all around the grounds. Quarter went 25 minutes, and that goal for Joey Wunton at the 24-minute mark of the final quarter sealed the deal. Final scores here at Preston City Oval. Montmorency 13-9-87, defeated by Northcote Park 14-13-97. Just repeating that, Monty 13 goals 9-87, defeated by Northcote Park 14-13-97. Before I go to you, Jordan, I think that'd be the first time in history a side, or one of the first times, has won by 10 points and won all 4 quarters. That won by 1 point. A remarkable upset here, Northcote Park prevailing, going through to the grand final.
Well, there it is. We have it. We've got Heidelberg versus Northcote Park in next week's grand final right here at Preston City Oval. The team to beat of this decade, Heidelberg, against the team to beat from the decade prior, Northcote Park. I mean, big players in the 90s, Northcote Park, against the big players from this current generation, Heidelberg. It's going to be a big matchup.
8th on the ladder after 10 rounds. They're now in the grand final. What an incredible comeback by Jason Heatley and his men.
There's some stunned faces from Montmorency. I mean, it's been one of those years where Northcote Park's really made the big challenge late in the year, and you can understand the heartbreak from Montmorency. That Preston City Oval Hoodoo strikes again, but they were gallant today. They never gave up. They could have just wilted when they were 3 goals down, gave their all, and as it was, Northcote Park is just red hot. They've only lost once in the final 11 rounds of the year, and next weekend, as Jordan just confirmed, it's going to be Northcote Park taking on Heidelberg in the Division 1 Grand Final. We're going to go to a break, and when we come back, we're going to have the post-match. But here, the Cougars have prevailed 14-13-97 to Montmorency 13-9-87 on your local station, 88.6 Plenty Valley FM.